What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Katrina, and today I have something good for you guys. I say that all the time, right? Well, today I really mean it, because look what I got. Y'all not just looking at a regular little kid's t-shirt, little Toy Story t-shirt. We're looking at the color, the full color. Normally I used to layer all my vinyl, or I would do the spray. No. Now we are doing something much better. This is full sublimation using the Siser Easy Subli HTV. Siser done changed the game, guys. So if you have not used this, if you've been wondering about this product, no more worries. I'm going to show you how I did it because I have some more shirts to do. This is the Infinity. I have to do the matching sets to Beyond with this full color, and they just came out so vibrant. So definitely stay tuned because I'm about to show you how I did this. You can not only sublimate your regular polyesters, but now you can sublimate 100% cotton t-shirts. This is a 100% cotton next level kids t-shirt, and it came out so vibrant, and it feels good. It's actually in the shirt. So guys, I'm gonna take you through step by step on how I did it, how it works, and it's so easy. And I do not have a Sawgrass printer, so I'm gonna show you how I did it using my Epson 7710 printer, not using the ink that they recommended, not using the printer that they recommended. It can be done with any other printer. So without further ado, let's get started and let's sublimate some shirts. So I'm in Silhouette Studio. I'm using a designer's edition, and this is the design that I'm going to cut out. I already did this design last night in the kid's shirt, and it came out awesome. So today I'm going to finish, and I'm going to be cutting out this design. So as you know, the size for the paper to print on is 8.4 by 11. Now I actually just did 8.5 by 11, and it worked out perfectly fine. You want to make sure your registration marks are on. If you don't know how to turn on the registration marks, you just come up here, click here, and just click on. So if I turn them off, they're off now. Now if I have them on, they're on. I don't know how to get rid of this line, so excuse this line where my pointer is. I've been trying to figure out how to get this line off, so I am so sorry. Hopefully that's not too distracting. This is measured at 6.8 by 9.2, and this is the perfect size. I'm going to be cutting this out on a medium shirt. So now this design is really intricate, and this bandana is really intricate as far as the cut pieces. This is a SVG file, so you can cut and weed this and layer this with vinyl. This would be just way too much to be trying to get correct with the vinyl. I mean, not really that difficult, but who has time for all that? Well, you can just sublimate it. So I had to weld this part together. I'm just welding this so that way I don't get the cut lines in between. And now I'm just going to group everything back together. I don't want to weld everything, because if I weld everything, I won't get the cutouts in the middle. But I definitely don't need cutouts on the bandana area. And I'm going to act as though I'm sending it to print now, just because I want to see where the cut lines are. If I just cut the edge, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So you see, I'm not getting the bandana in the middle, because it was in the beginning it was giving me all the cut lines there. So now I just went to cut edge. If I go to cut, as if I was weeding this, as if I was layering it but with vinyl, do you see all these red marks? That's where you would have all these cut lines, and you don't need that because we're sublimating. So I'm just going to do cut edge. So before I cut it, I actually need to print. So let's go back, and now I'm gonna send this to my Epson printer to print. It's all within the borders, and it's all within the registration marks. Sending it to my Epson printer. And if I didn't say this before, you want to make sure that your paper is glossy side up. Also, you can move your registration marks, which I did. I moved them all the way to the far corners, as far as they can go. So you can set your inset all the way over. So if I move my inset like that, it's coming in. But I want to get as much print area as possible. So I make sure I move them all the way over. So I'm using the Epson 7710, and I'm just using a regular Amazon sublimation ink, which has been working excellent for me. I've had no problem. It's been really vibrant. So I'm just going to go ahead and send this to print. And I'm going to make sure I catch it with my tray. So as you see, when it comes out, it looks a little dull. It is definitely kind of wet, so it does need to dry. You can let it dry overnight for 24 hours, or you can put it under the heat press. This is the second one. I turned the flash off so you can see it a little bit better. So it's definitely wet, and you need to either let them dry overnight, or you can set it underneath the heat press, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to set it underneath the heat press for about 1 minute to let it dry, and then I'll cut them and let it dry overnight some more. I'm just going to place this right on the heat press platen, and I'm just going to let it hover over it, not closing it down all the way. I'm going to do 30 seconds on each side, so I'm going to rotate it because this side of my heat press is up. I just want to make sure I get even heat distributed throughout both sides of it. Okay, now I'm just going to rotate this. Just hovering right over it for 30 seconds to just cure that ink. We don't want any smudges when we put it through the cutting machine. Okay. And now once I place it on the cutting mat, it'll be all dry. You can tell the difference in the one that I just put under the heat press. As you see, the colors are a little bit more vibrant here because I put it under the heat. So this one is still a little dull. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this one, and that way I can go ahead and cut them. So this is the design. I'm just going to put it on the cutting mat. I have my registration marks. Now, last night my registration marks was acting up. Sometimes it didn't recognize it. So you can just do it manually or just keep trying, because sometimes this thing be acting up. The Cameo has a mind of its own. So I'm going to see if it'll just pick up the registration marks, but if not, I'm just going to have to put it underneath the cutting tool manually. So let's just see how it does. So it actually picked up the registration marks. I believe sometimes it has to do with if the ink is not dry, because you know, if the registration mark is a little wet, it won't pick it up. So this picked up completely fine. I left this to dry overnight, and it's about to cut out the design. Okay, that cut, let's see, hopefully it cut completely. Okay, so let's see how that cut. I'm going to take it off of this. I'm just going to trim away the excess because I don't need that. But this weeds really easy. So I'm just going to show you how it weeds, just like regular HTV. And you want to weed at a 45-degree angle. If anything stays up like I see it doing now, I'm just going to hold it down and just pull back. Look at that. Just weeds really great. It weeds actually easier than regular Siser HTV. I'm just weeding, just trying to get all the small pieces up. Now, some people ask, do you have to use the mask? You don't have to use the mask if it's one big piece. If it was one big piece, then you would just be able to pick this all up. But because this is separate pieces, I will use the mask. Throw this away. And now I'm just going to take one of the masking sheets. They come in packs just like this. The The mask you can only use once. You can only use once. Oh, and I still have my O's left in there. So I want to make sure I weed that out. It just weeds really simple, real fast. And this is what it looks like. You do not need to mirror your image, again, because it's going to be a transfer. You don't need to mirror. And if you're not using the mask, you would just pick it up and place it down. So no mirroring. So the mask, you just need to separate it, pull the backing off. You just take and you just separate and pull apart just like that. This part you can throw away because you won't need it again. So you're going to take your mask sheet and just place it down right over your image. And because I still don't have a squeegee, I'm using just a regular card to rub. So you just want to apply pressure like you normally would when you're doing like a regular transfer. Make sure it adheres to the mask. I'm going to turn it over. Now my mask is bigger than the other one, so that's why it's sticking a little bit. Just want to make sure I get it all on. Now my other shirt that I did last night had all the little pieces, but it still transferred really well. So I'm going to pull back on a 45-degree angle. Oh, and it's ripping. That's the first. So I'm just going to take it from another end. I'm going to pull back 45 degrees. I'm going to lift up this piece. It just split, but that's okay. And you see how easily that pulls back. And now we have our sublimation sheet. Now let's go on over to the heat press and press this on the shirt. So now I'm just going to pre-press my shirt, get all the extra moisture out. Gonna take my lint roller, make sure I get all the lint out as well. With this Siser Subli HTV, you can press at low temperatures of 310 to 315 for only 15 seconds. So I'm anal and I like to be precise, so I like to use my ruler, my T-square. Make sure I have it lined up. Here's my design. I'm just gonna fold it in half. So I have my midpoints. I like doing that just so I'll know exactly where my center is. 3 fingers from the top, but I'm using my ruler as well because I pretty much have it where I know this is my top where I'm going to put my design at. But just so you know, if you don't have a ruler, 3 fingers is pretty normally the standard from the neckline down. I'm going to line it up to where I have that crease at in my shirt. I do from top to bottom so that way I know where the center is from the top and the center is from the bottom. Now sometimes the transfer looks dull in the beginning, but when you press it, baby, this thing right here. So, and of course my garbage man is outside time I decide to record. So I'm just gonna place butcher paper on top along with my Teflon sheet. And I'm just gonna press this for literally 15 seconds at 315 degrees. Open up, it's a hot peel. And as you see, nothing came through on this. You don't even have to use this because when you use the mask, it'll protect it. I just put it there because I'm anal. Pull back 45-degree angle, and you can see it all transfers onto the mask. So as you see this, and that's why you cannot reuse this again. The colors are on here. But look at that. Look at that. Look at those colors. It feels so good. It actually feels better than regular Siser vinyl. I love the way this feels. This done changed the game. Oh, we on to something now. It's about to be poppin'. Okay, so this is the second one. I'm just gonna show it to you again. Taking this off of the cutting mat. And if you're wondering, I just used the same exact cut settings that I did for regular Siser HTV. I'm just weeding this, pulling this all back. I mean, this is just so easy to weed. This is weeding like butter, baby. Look at that. Weed out the middle. Now, this has the white in it. I can leave that, or I can, because the shirt is white, so I'll just leave that in there, because that part doesn't really matter. I'm going to separate the mask sheet. Separate this just like that. Oh, why y'all didn't tell me this was left in the middle? I was going to pick it up and I saw that. All right, so let's pick it up, because I always pick it up to see. It's completely, I did not cut that. Remember, I left this all, I only cut the edges, so I didn't want any cut lines in the middle, because no matter what color the shirt is, I'm gonna have that white part, so I left that. Gonna put that down on it just like that. Gonna turn it over, press it onto the mask. Lord knows I gotta get me a better squeegee. I do not know where mine is. The one that came with my cameo. Ever since I rearranged my room, I cannot find it. So I have to get me another one. So now I'm gonna pull back, 45-degree angle. Let's see if the mask doesn't tear this time. Holding down the carrier sheet. Ooh, my hand's slippery. Pulling that back. Transferred all beautifully. So if you have separate pieces, this is perfect. And let's go on over to the heat press. I'm gonna pre-press this shirt. Once again, just for a few seconds. Get all the moisture out. And this is a Bella canvas, so this is 100% cotton shirt. Get those wrinkles out. Just like that. I'm gonna fold my design in half. Place it right on there. I always feel for my lines. Bring that down. Okay. Butcher sheet. Extra layer. Pressing again. 315 degrees. 15 seconds. Open up. Get you guys nice and up close this time so you can see better. Okay. Nothing comes off on this. Hot peel. And again, all the sublimation transfers onto that, what's left over. And this is just a beautiful shirt. Beautiful colors. And there you go. Voila, baby. So these are the finished products. These are all the shirts that I did using the Siser Easy Subli. They came out beautiful. Listen, it just feels good. You hear that little scratch, but this is in the shirt. I just love this so much better than layering HTV. It just makes life so much easier and simple. These are the Bella Canvas shirts. These are the next level shirts. I'm going to be doing it on some dark color shirts, but of course for this order they want it on white. So that's why I decided to make the video with this one, just to show you how. But of course you can do it on any color shirt. So this was a very easy process to do. Hope that this helped you guys out. If you've been wondering about how to use the Siser Easy Subli, how does it feel? How does it work? Is it really true? Listen, yes, go get your life and get you some Easy Subli. Now that's if you can get your hands on it, because I literally had to go into the thick of it. Okay, I've been doing too many TikToks with my son. But listen, I had to search and find this. The mask was available, but I had to search and find this. I didn't want to go ahead and just jump out and buy the huge roll. I didn't want to buy the 100 pack yet, so I wanted to start off with the 50 pack. But now next time, you best believe I'm probably going to get the 100 pack, because this is a game changer, guys. All you need is a cutter. All you need is the software. Of course, you need the Easy Subli, and of course, your Sublimation Printer. And you'll be able to sublimate on any garment. Hope this video helped you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, to infinity and beyond. Catch you in the next one.